Matt Gaetz, this is like one of those jailbreak, heist movies. He's like, I'm putting together a team. He's all, and then Mike Johnson, we have a plan. They go into the arcane rules to free Steve Bannon from prison. This is because Steve Bannon was one of Trump's guys. He was held in contempt of court. We're going to get into this video. It was from Timcast, so I appreciate their podcast and covering this stuff. But man, this is a story. This is the most cockamamie story I've ever heard. Welcome to Doug in Exile. This is where the happy patriots are. This shows you what kind of magic can be done with the law. Okay. First, we're going to start here. Here's Speaker Mike Johnson. My statement on holding Attorney General Merrick Garland in contempt of Congress. So in contempt of Congress is the charge. And this is, we're going to get to it, but this is all the same charge that put Steve Bannon in jail, is why Merrick Garland, if he doesn't comply, he go to jail. He better. Here's Mike Davis, our favorite lawyer. Garland sent Peter Navarro, so he's another buddy of Trump's who went to prison after Congress held him in contempt for declining to cooperate with a congressional subpoena after President Trump asserted constitutional executive privilege. And Garland is sending Steve Bannon to prison for the same. The Trump 47 Justice Department must do the same to Merrick Garland. Quote, no one is above the law. So this is them trying to stuff Merrick Garland in prison. But Merrick Garland's the one who is turning Bannon over to prison. Here's Rep. Matt Gaetz with the tweet of tweets, and we'll get to the video in just a second. Hold tight and subscribe. Get me over 500,000 subs this week, guys. Come on. Matt Gaetz, I believe the only way Steve Bannon does not go to jail is if there's a vote taken by the Bipartisan Legal Advisory Group. That's BLAG. We're going to explain that, and he explains it. To tell the court that it is the official view of the House of Representatives that the J6 committee was illegitimate. Illegitimate. Okay. Here's Matt Gaetz.
I believe the only way Steve Bannon does not go to jail is if there is a vote at an entity called the BLAG.
The BLAG?
The Bipartisan Legal Advisory Group.
Oh, of course, the BLAG. The Bipartisan Legal Advisory Group. Okay. What's that?
It is made up of the Speaker of the House, the Majority Leader, the Majority Whip, the Minority Leader, and the Minority Whip. So the Republicans hold a 3-2 in this. Bannon is going to petition for an en banc review of this determination to revoke his bail. When he does, I believe the BLAG,
the Bipartisan Legal Advisory Group,
should and will take a 3-2 vote for the House to seek leave to file an amicus brief with the en banc court that the January 6th committee was illegitimate. It was illegitimately formed. It was a runaway committee. It did not have a proper minority member.
Hold on. All the too many words. I'm a barely literate comic book artist. I did hear this, though. He said should and will. Hold on. He knows something. They will do this. He said should. That is, they morally should, and will. They will do this. He just gave the game away. This is what they're doing.
And whether it's Peter Navarro or Steve Bannon, nobody should be sitting in a jail cell because they would not comply with the absurd musings of a committee unlike any before in our nation's history.
This is the square, the J6 committee with Liz Cheney and Adam Kinzinger, the fake Republicans on there. And that really is what is why it should be appealed. It should be wiped out. It should be laughed off the stage. It should, all their decisions that they made, because it was not bipartisan. Any Republican that was pro-Trump, they made sure was not on the J6 committee. So it's not a legit bipartisan committee.
And if they vote in favor, then they would create
and what they would do is they would go to the court and say, we want to tell the court that it is now the official view of the House of Representatives that the January 6th committee was illegitimate.
Wow. Okay, so we already know the J6 committee was illegitimate, but he's trying to make it an official thing, which is also why it's important for us to maintain leadership in the House. Margie Taylor Greene, do not vacate Mike Johnson. Hold on to him a little bit longer, please. But here's the big one, guys. Here's the big one on Matt Gaetz, the big tail. Listen to this.
And then Bannon's lawyers could ask the court to take judicial notice of that vote by the BLAG, which would then give them a basis to allow his bail to stay in effect. The Republicans can do this without even taking a floor vote. Mike Johnson, Steve Scalise, and Tom Emmer can do it, And it is my belief that they are working toward that end as we speak.
They can do it. And it is his belief they are doing it even as we speak. That's the only reason why I covered this, guys. You know, I don't cover a whole lot of speculation or conspiracy or secret stuff. But in this case, this is Matt Gaetz tilting his hand pretty heavy going, this is what Mike Johnson, Steve Scalise, and the other guy are doing behind the scenes right now. He knows they're springing Steve Bannon. And that is your episode of Saving Steve Bannon. I'm Doug in Exile.